got an amazing find. It only takes one signal. Thanks for joining us again today on another episode of Digging with 7. I take the AT Pro at the first of this video here with the little nail snake coil I got from Tim Henderson. Hit an old site that I've hit quite a bit and pull a few relics out. And I go back to the Equinox and hit a site and pick up a relic or two there. And then I take the 12 by 15 self coil, put on my GPX and go back to Civil War site that I've hunted quite a bit, but not with the GPX in this section. And I find a great find there. So hope you enjoy the video. I'm using that little nail snake coil today. Got off Tim Henderson. Coming back through a spot I know I've hit 50 times, at least 50 times. It's real close to the house. I can just drive right to it. Little iron buckle, probably off a piece of horse tack. I'm picking a few signals out of this junky place here though. And it is junky, full of nails. This is some kind of button. Looks like it's a two-piece. Shank has been over, or the clip, maybe a rosette. I sure believe that's got a star right in the middle of it there. Get it home, get it cleaned up, see what it is. It's a knife handle, and still got some of the wood. I think that's wood, could be bone. Pretty choppy signal, but it came out. Got no rivet right here. Maybe off of a pair of breeches or something, I don't know. I found a lot of barbers right up here on this hill. So I figure that's early 1900s right there, maybe late 1800s. You know the sound that the pin pointer makes when it's fairly shallow, it's just a little screaming signal. I did that 3 or 4 times and I was bent down. Had bent down then after I dug the hole, and I looked. There's a big coyote standing at the end of that field right there. He thought that was something. This is a different site than where I dug the last of these reeds that I did a history clip on, but it's another organ reed. I can't understand how these reeds, how you'll just have one or two at a house site. Looks to me like if it was an organ, you'd just have all kinds of them. Maybe it's where they somebody came in and repaired them. I don't know. Anyway, I'll take it. When it gets to be summer, you have to kind of adapt, and all of our fields are growed up. I'm up in the woods, and I got a good sound. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I don't know what kind of bullet that is exactly. I'll get it cleaned up and we'll see. You see what I'm in? Just a thicket. I mean a thicket. Pretty good tone right here. It's a what I think is probably a fired 44 round ball. It's not a conical. That's a good find right there. Deep hole right here, about 12 inches. And I've got a Scalbert tip. I've never seen one exactly like this, but sure believe that's what it is. That is a great find here on Civil War Camp. I dug this Scalbert tip from a Civil War camp that saw both Union and Confederate occupation. I posted it online to see if I could get an ID, and many believe it to be Confederate. It has 2 holes at the large end for securing it to the leather. The scabbard has a history dating back to the Bronze Age. Early scabbards were primarily composed of wood or leather in the medieval period. In addition to holding the sword, a scabbard also provided some protection to swords against the weather and elements, and also to prevent accidental injuries that could arise from moving around quickly with a bare blade. Entirely metal scabbards became popular in Europe in the early 19th century and eventually superseded most other types. Nevertheless, leather scabbards never entirely lost favor among military users and were widely used as late as the American Civil War from 1861 to 1865. Civil War leather scabbards with brass tips were used for swords, bayonets, and side knives, also known as bowie knives. Most Union scabbards had a brass tip with a finial at the end, while Confederate scabbard tips were often plain, like this one that I dug. And you may not know that before the Civil War, there was no light or heavy cavalry in the U.S. Army. Instead, there were dragoons, founded in 1830, and mounted riflemen, founded in 1840. In 1861, these mounted regiments were renamed cavalry. Got a 36 caliber round ball out of that hole right there. Pistol ball. Will I take it? It is so cotton picking hot right now. Sun's right out there, and I've got just a little spot right here that's got some shade in it around the edge of these woods and in this field. I've hunted this field quite a bit, not with a GPX, and I've got a fairly deep hole because it's drier than a bone. And I've got an amazing find. I've got a cap bust half dime. Somebody has tried to hold that. Don't know that you can see the date on that, but it's 1829. It's in fairly bad shape. But man, that's a great find this morning. It only takes one signal. Well, rain is coming, and I thought I'd get back up here where I found the cap bust the other day. Fairly deep hole, 8 inches probably. Got a 36 caliber round ball. Smooth little sound right there. These generally come up a high tone. That's what this one did. Pretty little ball right there. I got into a pocket of round balls. Hadn't been filming them. 31s right there, 236s. Sound good. Good smooth tone on it. On the GPX with the, I think that's 15 by 12 core. Doing good in this dry ground. Hey guys, thanks for joining us again this week on Digging with 7. Want to remind you, Tennessee Jeff and I have a podcast every Thursday night on Spreaker.com. It's called Relics Radio. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern Time every Thursday. We always have some of the best guests in the hobby, and we always have a good time. So see you next Tuesday on YouTube, and see you Thursday on Relics Radio.